Hello everyone, it's Natalie. Look, I'm about to go into Aldi's. See this little place right here? This is where I keep my Aldi's quarter for my basket. Let's hit it. There you go. Thank you. So check, make sure that's the corner, right?
Yep.
Okay. First things first, as soon as I walk through the door, I see this great whiskey barrel planter for $9.99. Sure, sweetie. Okay, you guys. Man, I have hit the jackpot here at Aldi's. The area where they have all the little gardening goodies. Look at this. This compost tumbler, $39.99. And I needed one. I was pricing them. And it was way more than that. And that's about the size I would need. My husband was looking at them for me too. I hope you can hear me. Okay. There's a 4-tier greenhouse. And it's $19.99. I don't need that. But I just wanted to show you this garden. You know I have 2 of them. So I just want you to see it. Okay. For $19.99. If you don't have one and you want to just try it out, that's a good price, guys. That's at Aldi's. And now the wooden planter, I actually saw that online, but I didn't know which. We have several Aldi's in the area. I didn't know which one carried them or which one had them. So I do want this. I want the little wooden planter. Okay. The first thing I saw when I walked in was the whiskey barrel planters. They're $9.99. That's a good price for that size. And then, of course, you can never have enough of these, right? And look, I know I shouldn't have it, but I'm going to get it if they do have it here. Here's a cookie that they have called the kitchen sink. It's so good. This one. When I tell you. Okay. That is so good. It's called the kitchen sink. I came here for gardening stuff and I'm getting cookies. But look, I'll burn it off while I'm gardening, I promise you. Look, they have this one too. Let's see. They have that one. That's a good one also. But the kitchen sink is so good. I'm tempted, but I'm not. I'm just get the one. Okay? All right. Super loud. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm leaving Aldi's. And I got everything that I came for and then more. I had no idea some of these things were going to be here. Okay. I actually came for the planter and also these whiskey barrel planters, but I didn't realize that they had so many other things on sale. Hello everyone, it's Natalie. Welcome to my channel, Find Joy in the Journey. It has been a few days since my Aldi's shopping trip, and I'm finally getting around to unboxing and assembling the things that I purchased on that day. I got the wooden raised planter, a compost tumbler, and on a previous shopping trip, I picked up this wooden potting bench. Okay, so I'm trying to get into a position where you can see it. I'm gonna have to move the camera, but this is what I'll be assembling today. And if I can get to it, I'll get to the other items too. Since I mean, I have this space to myself. Josh is off at school. Everybody else is in the house still asleep. Look, this is my morning thing. I get up here. I get up early in the morning. I don't know if anybody else does that. But when I have those 3 hours in the morning undisturbed, I get a lot done. You should have seen me yesterday. I got out here and it started as a morning garden inspection. And before you know it, I had out the weed eater. I waited for a decent time. I didn't pull out garden equipment while everybody was still asleep early in the morning. I waited until, a certain time and then I weed eat it all. I use the weed eater or weed whacker, whatever you want to call it, string trimmer all around the garden. Got rid of those clumps of weeds and grass that was growing up. Our grass really grows fast, and it's going to be a challenge to keep everything mowed and keep everything weed free and grass free. I know it will be, but if I stay on top of it, and like I said, I have my own little string trimmer. It's a little inexpensive string trimmer that I got from Walmart. Um, my price point $39.99. $39.99. That's how much the potting bench costs. That's how much the raised planter cost. 39. I think even the composter, the tumble composter. Okay, I just like to stay in that area unless I have to spend more. I don't want to. Okay, so this little trimmer is something I can handle. It's something that I can handle, and I got out here early in the morning when I strike while the iron is hot, while the getting is good. Okay, I came out here and I just uh, all around the area where my gardening stuff is. I got that string trimmer and I did my trimming. But that's part of garden maintenance. So basically, when I have the energy and the strength and for certain tasks that I'm not really fond of doing, I have to do it while I have the notion to do it. Okay, so these boxes have been sitting here for a few days, so it's time to unbox and assemble my Aldi's goodies. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start recording you guys as I put this together. Let me put my eyes on. There we go. It's me. All right. Okay. I I really like when they put out their gardening stuff. A couple of last season, actually it was just last year. If you remember that little black raised garden bed that I have in the garden, it's metal. Right now my parsley is in it. Um, that also came from Aldi's, and it was during the gardening season around this time. This is when they put out all this good stuff. Let's see here. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty sturdy. Oh, this side was already open. God help my mind. I didn't even have to open this side. That one was already open. Okay, that's okay. Oh, wait a minute. One thing I see that I do not like, the screws and all of that is just loose in the box. Okay, look, this is an unboxing. So for anyone who might be interested in purchasing this, just to let you know, those little screws and everything, you know how normally when you open something, it is nicely packaged. And here's the instructions. But the screws and bolts and everything, just loose in the box. So when I open this, everything just came tumbling out. Wow. All this was in the bottom of just open in the box. Not very happy about that. Okay, here's some other pieces. These are like the little brackets that go on the side. It's a little, not brackets, it's a little, I'll open it. On the side of the bench, you have these hooks, right? These go on the side. Now that is in paper. Here's the envelope. The envelope is open. Okay, so it was supposed to be in this envelope. It came loose. All right. It came loose. The envelope is open, but look at this. So I'm worried now that what if one of the screws fell out? I hope they put in additional screws and bolts. You know how they have like a few extra just in case? Because now I'm concerned that because the envelope accidentally obviously came open and yeah, this is happening in real time, folks. You're watching me as I unbox this and you see what happened. The little envelope was loose, but it normally comes in an envelope like this, but it came open some way somehow, because what I was mentioning is I don't know if someone purchased this and brought this back. That place at other stores, but I don't know how all these operate. I don't know if they even allow returns. So the pieces look pretty good. When I start putting everything together, you know I'm going to speed things up. I'm just looking at all the different pieces. Okay, so what's missing? Anything left in the box? What are these? Oh, okay. So these are going to be like the back. Like, all right. So there's only 3 of these. 3. Okay. This is the sides of the top portion. That's the sides. That's where these will be hooked on the side like this. Okay. I'm gonna come closer with the trying to make sure I find all the little screws and everything. I hope everything's in there. Okay. So, but it was over. It was just maybe in packaging they did not seal this little envelope very well, and it came open. But the screws and bolts and all of that was all over the place. So I hope I'm not missing anything, because all this is important. Because I don't know if I could find replacement screws and all of that that would fit this product. You know, I shouldn't have to. It should be in the everything should come with it. But it happens where from time to time. These are the legs. This okay, and it has a little metal portion at the end, tip at the end here. And these are the shelves. Should be how many of those? Wait, it's supposed to be a top shelf. Lord, come on in. Oh, here it is. See, I'm so ready to this metal part. This is the very top shelf. And then there's 2 other shelves. A middle shelf and a bottom shelf. So it's gonna be the top, middle shelf, bottom shelf. And like it said, the little hooks, these little on the side. I'm already excited. I'll tell you the measurements just so we can it may be on the box. Let's see. So I can quickly tell you the measurements. And then I'm gonna get started. Let's see. Here we go. These are the dimensions. It is a 29.9, 14 and a half or 14.5, and a 36.2. So that says it is going to be, as far as width, like this way, this is going to be 14 and a half. I guess we'd call that lengthwise. That's going to be 29.9, and then 36.2 in height. Okay. I'm already running into a problem. The battery is going down on my camera. So I'm going to stop. And of course, like I said, I'm going to speed things up. I just wanted you to see everything that came in the box. So we had the screws, the pieces to the actual bench, these little brackets that go on the side, and the instructions. It's a done deal. So let's go ahead and start assembling. And I'm going to have to put the battery charger on there. Okay, let's get started, y'all. Well, folks, I am not very happy right now. I'm going to attempt to go ahead and put this together, but I am missing several screws. I'm missing those little washers. I'm about, six. I'm missing six of those. I'm very upset right now. Okay, see with the washers? Supposed to have 14 of them. Does that look like 14 to you? Nope. With these, no, these, I actually have more than I'm supposed to have. With this, of course, this is not 11, right? Do you see that? Over here, I don't know. I'm not very happy right now. Ay, ay, ay. And like I said, I don't know all these policy. I don't know all these policy because I don't know if I should try to attempt to put this together or at least try to go back and see if I can get another box. I don't know what to do. I might put this aside and start working on another piece. Look, this is real life, you guys. Not every unboxing is going to be a perfect one. I'm missing some of my hardware. I'm missing some of the parts. See? All of that is not in there. Even the little small screws over here. I'm missing some of those. The bolts. Now, I have all the bolts. It should be 12 of those, and they're in there. The locking nuts. Okay? Some of my pieces. Let's see. Check. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to have to put a pin in this one, okay? Okay, you guys, so I had to pack up my wooden potting bench. And I'm going to see if I can locate my receipt so I can go ahead and take it back to Aldi's and maybe exchange. I would like to exchange because I want the potting bench, but if I can't put it together without the screws that come with this particular product. I don't think I should have to go out and find replacements. So that's the end of that. That really takes the wind out of my sails, y'all. I was all excited and everything. I really like the potting bench. And now that I've actually seen the pieces out the box, I think it'll be nice. But it's kind of a downer that I wasn't able to put it together. Let's see what's happening with the planter. Now, the reason why I wanted the small planter, I hope you guys can hear me. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing my mic right now. The reason why I wanted the planter is because I want something small. I have a little, like I said, the metal planter out there. I want something small for like your herbs or like a little small lettuces that I can keep kind of close to the patio. And okay, see? Now you see how this package is sealed. This is sealed. So, and that's how I expected that one to be. But it was open, and especially with those little washers. It was supposed to have like 14 washers, I believe. And trust me, I didn't get that. Okay. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Looks like everything's in here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll assemble this. Okay. are the legs. Those are the sides. Okay. I'll show you what it's going to look like. You see that? Is that pretty? I think it is. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on putting this together. Here is the, all right. I didn't mention the dimensions on this one. It is 33.1 in length, 16.3 in width, and 31.7 in height. That's decent. That's a decent little raised planter. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and put this together, and then the next thing will be the tumbling composter. All right, let's speed things up. All right, you guys, I'm almost done. That top portion, you screw it in just with these little tabs right here. You see the little tabs? Here, there, there. So that's how you install the top. Okay? And that's just to finish off the top, give it a finished look. But look at the height of that. That's a pretty nice piece, don't you think? And also look, inside here, I was like, okay, I don't have enough screws. How am I going to screw? You don't screw in the bottom. And then there's a hole here, I guess, for drainage. But you just put the little planks in there. Let me back up a little bit so you can see. The planks just go in there, so they're removable. You can take them in and out. Okay? And looks like in the instructions they want you like to put some type of fabric in there. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, look. So you just place the planks in there. And then over here on the next page, okay, it shows you how you install that edging around the top. You just, like I said, you screw in the tabs, each of those little wooden tabs that's on there. And then you, there's a plastic liner. It actually came with it. Let me see. Here it is. I didn't know what that was for. That's what this plastic liner is for. I didn't know what this was. That goes in here. I saw this little piece of plastic and I didn't know what it was for, but that goes in the bottom of the planter. What you say? I love it. Okay, so after seeing this put together, baby, I got to go get the missing screws for that potting bench. I got to, because if it is as nice as this, all put together, I gotta have it. It will be the perfect potting bench for me. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. And there she is. Completely put together. I have to admit, I did have to do a little adjusting to make those little angled edges at the top to make them fit. But good thing I'm pretty handy. So basically, those little edges that go, the little beveled edges that go into the slots. Make sure that you don't go in too deep into that little area, because you may need to adjust it a bit. And that's why sometimes when you're screwing things in, you need to do it, you don't tighten it all the way, because you never know when you have to make adjustments. So I did have to adjust it a little bit, and the part that goes into that little notch, I had to pull it out a little bit so that these edges would meet. You can still see it's not perfect, but as you can see, the edges are meeting. Okay, but I did have to do a little adjusting. But there we are. Okay, I can't wait to make use of it. All right. So the unboxing of the tumbler. I'm on a roll, That was my only setback. Okay. This is the compost, the tumbling compost. Okay? That's what's in here. So these are the sides, 2 side panels. It's a 15.9 gallon. That's the capacity. These are the legs. Everything's been pretty simple to put together so far. The legs, okay. This little rod most likely goes inside in the middle like this. That's what I'm thinking. Here's your manual. Okay. This looks like the doors. Well, these could be, you know, these could be like the side pieces, right? Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is the door, okay? This is your little door. Trying to see how you open it. I think you just slide up with it. Yeah. Oh, it slides to the side. Okay, you guys, look. Let me see if I can get it to work. Yeah, it slides this way. Okay, so this is the door. Okay. It has a little notch right there to keep it in place. But then when you're ready, you just kind of adjust this. Well, it'll work better when it's all put together. And you slide it open like so. Ta-da. So this is the door. All right. And this is the rod. And most likely this goes at the bottom. It's this part right, if you can see right there. So this goes there to keep the legs stable. Let's see. This is for the legs. So far, everything's in here. Okay. These little sides. So the legs go in here. These additional little clips, I tell you what, it says easy assembly. And so I'm looking at this. There's not much to it as far as assembling. It looks like the pieces just kind of snap in place. That's good. Okay. These little clips are how you with these with the walls. That's how the walls to it. That's how you clip these together. You use these. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started putting this together. It looks like everything is in here. All right. Okay. I'm gonna get started. Fast forward, right? And they do have a little bag of screws, but they're in this little individual packaged bag here, so nothing is missing. Yes. Oh, like I said, I'm disappointed about the potting bench not missing a few of the little pieces, but that's okay. And I would like to make sure that you understand when I say pieces, I'm talking about this. These are the items that's missing. Okay. I don't want to give all these a bad name because I'm happy. Like with that planter over there, if the potting bench is just as nice as far as the height, with the potting bench is going to be 36.2 in height. That planter is 31. So that's 5 more. So you see how tall that is. I'm only 5'4", so it came up to here on me, right? So, you know, like right here. So it's going to come up. As far as a potting bench, you want your potting bench higher, right? So for a tall person, it's not a good idea. But for someone like that's my height, it's perfect. It's perfect, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and get started putting this together, y'all. Fast forward. All right, guys, I'm done. And I have to admit, you know, this is a product that you may want to go out and purchase if you like what you see. But I will tell you this: this was hard to put together. It was like a really tough jigsaw puzzle. The screws for like the legs, the hole is very small, so you have to apply pressure, or you may not be able to do it by hand. I couldn't. I didn't stop and get my drill, so I can screw it in using the drill. So I did it by hand. So I used the lubricant to help work the screws into the holes. The holes are small, and it may start off easy, but then when you're tightening, it was hard to do. And also, it was just difficult. It was difficult to put together. It took me longer than the planter. And this, lining up the panels together with this was extremely difficult. It took me a while. Even when I was trying to record it and I'm using like the time lapse, I literally had to stop time lapse. It was taking me so long to put it together. I didn't I had to stop time lapse and start over again, start over again, because it was taking me so long. The time lapse would have been longer than the entire video itself. So, yeah, to me, it was very difficult to line these up and put these little tabs on. I'll show you what they look like. Okay, this is what they look like. And you had to put them into these two little holes right here, here and here, right? But it was hard to line them up. It was difficult for me. It may be easier for someone else, but I'm pretty handy. And if it was difficult for me, it might be a struggle for you also. Okay, but it does spin, and this is the stopper. Okay, so now the stoppers open there, so I'll let you see. Give it a spin. It tumbles. This is a tumbling composter. Okay, this is the door. Right, you open it, put in your compost, close it back. Simple as that. I like it, but it was difficult to put together. That for me. For someone else, it may be a cinch, but for me, it was quite difficult. And like I said, it was the piecing together those doors, the little side panels, piecing them together using this was difficult for me. And then the screws. Like I said, the holes are really small and you have to apply some pressure. Or if you're using a tool, and sometimes I don't like to use an electric tool because with these little pieces I'm putting together, they're so delicate. I felt like I would be able to do it by hand, tighten by hand with no problem. and not have to actually get out my drill with the little screwdriver attachment. But it might be easier for you if you do use that. I just basically applied a little lubricant to the screws and applied some pressure, and it worked. It went in with no problem, but it was difficult for me. Okay, let's give it another tumble. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice. And then this is how you use this little stopper. And the little hole right there. And you go like, line it up. Let's see. There we go. And that's the stopper to stop it from spinning. Okay. It's done, you guys. Oh, let me close the door. There's another thing. I put the door on where I couldn't open it. So you make sure this little lip is not over this green part. Make sure the lip is underneath it so it can open easily. That's another little mistake I made. But I had to make corrections. But hey, I hope the shaky cam's not bothering you guys. All right. That's it for today because I can't put together my potting bench until I get those extra screws because they were missing. So I'll have to put that together on another day. All right?